I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on the Spotlight Network, we're unlocking the mysteries of life, death, and everything in between. We're talking with an amazing author. His name is Jeremy Taylor, and he has penned a remarkable book. It is called The Darkborn AfterLife Genesis Part 1, The Key to Death. This young adult supernatural thriller follows 16-year-old Aerro Key, a teen who can communicate with the dead and whose one reason to live is suddenly at risk. With haunting secrets, powerful bonds, and a battle against the afterlife itself, this is the start of a dark fantasy saga you won't want to miss. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his wonderful books. The links are below this interview. And be sure to download the Spotlight Network TV app, streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. Jeremy, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Oh, you're welcome.
This is a great book. Tell us a little bit about what inspired you to create Aerro Key. He's such a compelling character.
I've been writing since I was 5 years old. I was writing in notebooks and stuff like that. He just came to mind. I had a dream, and it was actually what happened in the second chapter where I woke up and it was in the soul realm where he was fighting General Lynch and all that, and he just came to mind after that. After that, I was just stuck, and ideas would come, and it just came to me.
Well, very inspired. I can see how it would come in a vision like that, no doubt. Talk to us a little bit about Aerro's special abilities.
I mean, there's a lot of people who have that gift where they can see the other side or contact with the other side. And from experience, I know that they feel like they're different. I wanted to create Aerro to make them make different feel good. So they're not like judged by their gift, that people admire it. Like you just said, Aerro is an incredible character. Like he's confident, he's sarcastic, but that's the kind of character you want to love. He's the underdog.
Exactly, exactly. And he has the ability to see and talk to the dead. How
Yep.
does that impact his life? Tell us how the what the effects of that are.
I mean, he don't really contact anybody in the human world. Like his dad, they don't have a relationship. He lost his mom at a young age, so that really hurt him.
Mm,
Like people don't look at him as weird, like I said. And the only people he really connects with are people from the other side that nobody else can see.
mm.
So when it comes to them in danger, that's one of his triggers where he knows he has to protect them. And of course, the only person he really cares about is Terra. So
Yeah,
it's like you're in
wonderful.
the world by yourself. And he always knew this secret world existed. And now that he's a part of it, he's torn between the real world and this new world that he found about.
Exactly. Give us a brief overview of the story. Tell us a little bit of what it's about for the folks at home who haven't read the book yet.
So it's basically about Arrow's journey. Like I said, he doesn't feel like he belongs in the world in the real world with us.
Mm.
He's always known about this secret world happening. I think the book's really different because it starts with the main character's death. And that's where the storyline of death is just the beginning comes in because his death is the beginning of something. Because he dies, and then that's where the story just begins. So that's where I think it's different. I mean, like you said, it's a supernatural thriller. I don't think there's anything really like this out there because it's a love story, an action book, and it has some horror aspects in it. And if you only read part one, part two is gonna completely push you, like shock you because that's where the real story begins. Like if you only read part one, you don't even know what the Darkborn means. In part two, you realize it. Like everything you knew just gets turned for a loop.
Awesome. That's what makes the book so powerful. How many books are you envisioning writing in this series?
So right now we have book one and book two on Amazon. For
Wonderful.
now, I want to say that's it, but I do have two more that I've already finished. I just don't know if I want to take the time and go about that. I want to see what people think of it first and see if people enjoy it, because that's my thing. I want people to enjoy it. I want this to be something that, because I did something that was impossible, whatever they dream they can do is just because it's impossible.
Without a
Like, I don't
doubt.
want them to ever think anything is impossible, because look at me.
Yeah.
I wrote 2 books, and so anybody really can do anything. Like,
Exactly. If you have the dream, you have the talent,
yep,
and you have the motivation, you can push yourself to do anything. And you've published these 2 books, and they're both wonderful. So, congratulations
thank you.
to you for that. Have you envisioned these as a series of films as well?
Everybody asks me that. Everybody's like, because people say my writing is different. Like, when you read it, it automatically puts you in that world. Like, the words, it goes right into your mind, and you picture stuff like that. Like, I can see it going to be like a movie or something, and I think people would enjoy that. But people don't read a lot. I want to make that, like, I want to get people into reading a lot, because you don't see that anymore.
Yeah.
Like, people who read has gone down.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. I think it'd be a terrific series of films. And you've done the hard part. You've created the work, you've created the story, you've created the characters and the settings. So hopefully, Hollywood, if you're listening, this would be a great series of films, no doubt. Hey, talk to us a little bit about the relationship between Aerro and Terra.
man, so Aerro, after he lost his mom, he completely shut down. Like, he didn't want to be around. He didn't know where to go. He had no direction or whatever. Terra saved him. Like, Terra showed him that just because you lost your mom doesn't mean nobody cares about you. And then the year before that, Terra lost her grandma. So death brought them two together. So that relationship they have, it's special. Like, that's why, like, it's so important to him that he somehow does the impossible, comes back from death to life just for her. Because if it wasn't for her, he probably wouldn't. It's all about keeping one promise. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Talk to us about the title, The Darkborn AfterLife Genesis. What does Darkborn mean?
so I can't tell you what the Darkborn is, like the viewers, because like I said, you have to read part 2 to understand it. It
Okay.
was ruin the story. Afterlife Genesis is it's Afterlife is death. Genesis is the beginning. Death is the beginning.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
you got the key to death, which is Aerro Key. And then part 2 is called Bonds Beyond the Afterlife. And like I said, I can't really spoil that. It's something you have to read.
Hmm.
And trust me, when you see what the Dark One is and how this all envisioned and all came, it all connects.
Yeah,
Like, I made sure that everything connects to one part of the story.
exactly. Exactly. Now, do you have a message for readers? Is there something you want them to learn or take away from reading the book?
Don't ever, if you have an idea in your head, write it down.
Hmm.
Like, let the world know about it. Like I said, I've had this idea in my head for years, and I was so afraid to let this world into it because I didn't want to be judged. And I looked at my girlfriend when we got the email that said we found a publisher, and she said, "Do you believe in this?" And I said, "Yeah, I do." And that's all it took. So if you want to do something, do it. Don't care about impossible. Don't care about the limitations or any obstacles with it, because I guarantee you at the end of the day, it'll be worth it. Because when this book came, the first thing my girlfriend did was send me a picture of my son holding it. And that completely meant the world to me.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's
if you want
terrific.
to do something, do it.
Without a doubt. What was it like writing this book? Did you write for hours at end at a certain time of day? Tell us what your writing style was like.
So my writing style is I get random ideas in my head. Like I said, these ideas are constantly flowing in my head. If I have a Facebook messaging profile where just my ideas are in,
Mm.
I counted it the other day, there's 5,000 messages in that group. So it's just random ideas going through my head and then puzzling them together and putting them together. Because when I was 13, I wrote a book, and unfortunately, I tried saving it on one of those hard drives,
Mm.
and it got deleted. So after that, I lost my inspiration to it, and I was like that was my like I worked so hard on that, and now it's gone. I can't show it. Like, but like I said, then that dream happened, and it went off after that.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, we're glad that you've had these great dreams that have fueled this great vision that you put down in ink on your books because they're very, very compelling, very, very imaginative, very, very unique.
Thank you.
Um, so you wrote a book when you were younger, when you were just a teenager. You've written these two books now. What else do you see yourself writing? Is it going to continue to be
I'm all
fantasy fiction? Tell us.
I'm always writing. Like that's never gonna stop. Um, I'm a huge horror movie guy,
Hmm.
so I want to try horror. I mean, I dipped a little bit in it. I don't know if you know about anime or whatever, but I used to write a fan fiction for Yu-Gi-Oh. I had a following on that. Whenever I released a chapter, people would just love it. Um, I'm just always gonna write.
Well, it's great. You know what you are. You're a writer. So
Yep.
writers write. So that's a good thing for sure. And who would you cast as Arrow if he was going to be a character in a film? What actor would you have play him, do you think?
I really don't know. A lot of people are saying because Arrow's such a unique character, it's so hard to like hit that sarcastic but strong, but he has so many different layers to him.
Hmm. Yeah, it might be somebody who's unknown right now. It
Yeah,
might be a
because you
brand
have to
new
be able
actor.
to hit it. Because
Yeah.
if you don't hit those layers of him, then he's not Arrow.
What
But
about Terra? Who would play Terra in your film?
her, I don't know either.
Yeah,
I'd have to think about that.
yeah. Maybe we'd have to find like a young Jennifer Lawrence or something to play her. That
Maybe.
might
Yeah,
work. Yeah,
maybe.
that would be good. Yeah. Well, you've
Or
done
maybe Jenna
great.
Ortega.
What's that?
Jenna Ortega probably would be
Oh,
good for
Jenna
Tara.
Ortega would be perfect. Yeah, without a doubt. That'd be
Yeah,
great. Yeah, she's a great actress and she'd bring a lot to the role.
yeah.
Wonderful. Well, you've done great work on these books. The book we've been primarily focusing on today is The Darkborn AfterLife Genesis Part 1, The Key to Death. It's a terrific book that is a powerful tale of loyalty and the supernatural, as well as the fight to come back home. Jeremy, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Are you welcome?
I appreciate your time, your insight, and your wisdom. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time until next time on Spotlight.